Did you know that just as little as 10 minutes spent with somebody, as little as 10 minutes, you already start acquiring some of their personality, some of their traits, more importantly, some of their energy? This is Banish the Doubt, and welcome back to another video. I'm so glad you're here because together we are going to change the energy and the vibration and the frequency of this world, one person at a time. See, because you were brought here to this video, you attracted me in this video to you based on your frequency, based on the vibratory frequency that you're emitting. You see, my friends, we emit this frequency all the time. It's a vibration that goes out. And then what's attracted back is the frequency. People, events, all that are operating on that same type of frequency. This is why people could say, well, how is it that some people have so much money and others nothing? Because it's the vibration, it's the frequency that we put out. See, money operates on a certain frequency level. Love, happiness, joy, all that operates on levels of frequency. And if your inner dialogue with yourself is at a frequency that is limited, I'm not enough, this always happens to me, it's their fault. If only they would, then I would feel. The music we listen to, what type of frequency and vibration comes from that music? Is it uplifting? Is it music like that? Or is it music that mirrors that type of vibration that you're putting out? Oftentimes it will. The programming that you are getting. The music is one of those. TV, social media, the friends that you associate with. We just established just as little as 10 minutes with somebody, we already start to attract, we already start to acquire some of their personality, their traits, and their energy. It's very important. Tell me who you spend your time with, and I'll tell you where your life is going. Okay? So again, you've attracted this video to you, myself, and this video, and others like it, because maybe you're looking to change this vibration, this energy that you're putting out. Maybe you don't even understand it. But we welcome you here to this family, the Banish the Doubt family. We're so happy that you are here. Now, I want to give you a quote that you may want to write down and go back to it very often. And it says simply this: everything that is meant for you will find you, perhaps this video, when you are just being your authentic self. It is in those moments when we can disassociate with the world. How many times a day do you do this? How many times in your day do you devote to just yourself? I'm just going to take this time for myself. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to incorporate a breathing, because you see, either your mind controls your breathing or your breathing controls your mind. And so you may want to incorporate this as well. It's called the 4x4x4x4 breathing method. It's very simple. Again, we get by ourselves, we're quiet, and we take a breath in and we count to 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. We hold 1, 2, 3, 4. We release 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we relax 1, 2, 3, 4. So again, it's in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Release, exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And relax 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, just by you mimicking that and listening to this, what you did in that moment is you just evaporated. You removed yourself from the world, from all these external stimuli, from the programming that for far too long has been running your life. You see, not sure how old you are, but if you are of the age of 35 or older, Joe Dispenza says you are, at this point, at 35 years of age, a memorized set. You may want to write this down as well. At age 35, you become a memorized set of emotional habits, reactions, perceptions, behaviors, emotional reactions, your perceptions, assumptions, and behaviors. Age 35, memorized. It's why certain people can say something and trigger you. I'll give you an example of this, how we are emotionally attached to somebody. Just we start to take on their energy is in as little as 10 minutes. Personality traits and energy. Here's why. I was at an event last night and a mariachi band showed up. And I was sitting there listening, and they were wonderful. The horns, the singing, it was wonderful. Did not understand a word they were saying, but I didn't have to. I just felt the energy of this, the trumpets and this, the men singing, the guitar playing. It was beautiful. But here's why I'm bringing this up. The one man started to implore the crowd, the people assembled. There wasn't that many. There was about 50 people there to start clapping. Now, here's why I'm saying this. I sat there, didn't understand what he was saying, so I was unaffected by it. Didn't know what he was saying. If somebody were to walk up to you today, after watching this video, whatever time it is you're watching this video, a complete stranger, and let's say you're passing them on the street, and they look and they say, "You're so stupid, man. You're a moron," or a woman, whatever. You would look and go, "Okay, whatever," and you just keep on walking. It's because you don't have an energetic connection to that person. It doesn't affect you. This is exactly what happens when a person who you are tethered to emotionally and energetically, if they were to say the same to you, you look horrible. Your hair is completely out of place, or you got something stuck on your face, or whatever, or you're a moron. It would affect you differently. You would have immediate chemical reaction. What I've just established is that who you are authentically is me listening to the member of the band saying everybody clap their hands, and didn't affect me whatsoever. It's the stranger walking down the street looking at you saying, "You're a moron." Does not have any effect on you. The other is because of the programming. You see, our first 7 years of our life, we are programmed, right? Those emotional reactions I talked about with Dr. Joe Dispenza, perceptions, the assumptions, the belief system, the thoughts and the feelings. You may want to write this down as well. My thoughts and feelings lead to my attitude. My attitude leads to my perception, my belief system. My attitude leads to my belief system, and my belief system, so my thoughts and feelings, which then leads to my attitude, which then leads to my belief system, then leads to my perception. All of that is programmed into us in those first 7 years. This identity we have of ourselves. You see, because the first 7 years of our life, we are unconscious. We are either in delta brainwave state or theta brainwave state. And this, think of that as a being under the spell of a hypnotist. Yes? When I count to 10, you, my my patient, when you hear the word 10, when I get to 10, you're going to start to scratch behind your ear like your dog. And when they say 10, that person starts scratching behind their ear because they've been programmed to do that. So you've been programmed to feel the way you are feeling leading into this video. It's not who you are. Who you are has nothing to do with, is not affected by your source energy. Anytime you may feel depressed, and depressed is just pressing down, depressing those emotions. You're just a moron, you're stupid, and you feel the chemical reaction and you don't do anything. You're a person, you perceive them to cut you off on the highway, and you yell at them, they can't hear you, and you move on, and you just, some relationship issue, coworker, depressed, you're pushing that down. That's why I call it depressed. One of the ways in which we can start to unravel this and start to peel away the layers of this is by service. When I say service, though, I don't mean service to another, although that is wonderful. You provide a service to another. The service I'm talking about is this, is the service to yourself, is the awareness that I am not that. That anytime I react to something, that is the old conditioned me acting in this way. See, that's a habitual act. That's why they call it react. You're going back to those first 7 years. You're reacting those programs that were downloaded within into you, just like this phone. Okay. Just like that, all the programs, I am, okay, this is who you are. But the programs inside of here is what runs your life. So if we're able to remove these programs, or what happens? If I took that phone, I had too many programs running at once, what would happen? It would start to slow down, right? It wouldn't operate as quickly. You would say, well, something's wrong. This is just, I can't seem to get a connection, or it's just not, these websites aren't uploading quick enough. It's the same thing with our brain. That's why older people, you see them sort of slunched over. They're operating slower. Their bodies are just drained from years and years of operating on these programs. Now, going back to what I talked about when I first started this video, money operates on a certain frequency. Okay, so those who are able to match the frequency of the money first match it inside themselves. They are able to not. I mean, some people they push themselves through competition. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person who who has reached a level in their life, they have so much money that some people call it, street slang, FU money. I'm talking about that. There's nothing different between that person and you. That money is there. It's available for you and for me, for all of us. But we attract it to us. And for the majority of those people who are at that level, who vibrate and who have energy at that level, do they attract that much money? I heard a story once. It said that that type of a person oftentimes would go to a five-star restaurant. They're dressed somewhat, they're designer dressed, but they're conservative. They maybe have like a man might have a sweater vest on, what have you, given the type of time of year. Sit at a table, they'll have their meal, and they'll leave a 50% tip because they can. The person who is operating on and that person is authentic. They know who they're at. They don't care what anybody else thinks. They don't care what anybody else says to them. They are authentic. They're comfortable in their own skin, some people would say. Now, the other, who is operating on the programming, will wear designer clothes head to toe, go to the same restaurant, be loud, complain about food not being on time or what have you, and leave a 10% tip. You want to get to the point in life, well, let me rephrase that. You want to live in this moment that you are that person. You are that authentic person. And it is done by becoming present, knowing who you are, having a vision for whatever that type of person you want to be. I will say relationship, but ultimately the relationship is with yourself first. See, we don't attract a relationship. We only ever attract a relationship that mirrors or equal to who we are. Okay? Because like attracts like. You couldn't have there's nothing wrong with this, but have a janitor or custodian's mindset and say, I want to attract, and you're a man, I want to attract a female vice president, CEO of a corporation. It doesn't, they're right. They don't operate on the same level. So the same here. So how do we do it? That 4x4x4x4 technique in the breathing, understanding that is my breath controls my mind. It's living in the moment. It's understanding that whenever I react to anything, it is the old me. It is the conditioned or programmed me. When I take a second and I collect myself, I become present, and then I respond, that is the authentic me. It's why you have first responders and not first reactors, right? We definitely wouldn't want an ENT or a police officer showing up in a horrible car accident and go, oh my God, no, look at this person. Oh my, I can't, oh, what am I going to do? Right? Or a firefighter to a fire, they respond, they don't react. So if you're still with me at this point, up to about 20 minutes into this video, and any of this resonated with you, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button if you're new, and click on the subscribe button and the notification bell. And please, write down below, let me know how this video has helped you. And if you are looking for additional work, maybe something that's particular to what's going on in your life, and others of you have reached out to me already, and I will get back to you, go to my channel, click on the Coach Geo link, and sign up for coaching. I'll be happy to coach with you and work with you on techniques that we can incorporate and help you to cleanse that connection between yourself and the source energy, which is already there. So you got to cleanse that. Okay? Have a great day. Thank you so much for your time. I bow to the light in each and every one of you. Have a great day.